What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, in this video we're going to be reviewing the iPhone 5 aluminum bumper Defender series from a company called Pocomaru. Now this is kind of an interesting review. I usually don't do reviews on iPhone bumpers in general, and like I said, this comes from a company called Pocomaru. I guess that's said in an accent or something, but pretty unusual company. Never reviewed their products before, and their motto is all about iProduct. They actually sent me an email a while ago asking if I'd like to review one of their bumpers from them, new for the iPhone 5 of course, and I said yes, and it took them a while to get back to me. I think they ran out of some, but they finally did send it out, and so today I'm going to be giving a review on it. So before we dive into this review, let's have a look at the packaging. Now as you can see here on the front, we got kind of like a plastic packaging, and here's the actual bumper itself on the side. Now this is high-grade aluminum, and it is real. I have taken this out of the packaging and tried it out. I mean, it is real aluminum, you know, it's not fake. It's no joke, you know, it's a very serious product, and these can be purchased, by the way, for $69.99 on Pocomaru's website. I'll give a link in the description below to actually get one. And so on the back, it just has some instructions on how to actually take the case apart in order to come on. It's actually very interesting. It's something I've never really seen before. So let's just go ahead and open it up. This is just kind of like flaps in here, and then it will slide out, and that's pretty much it for this packaging. So here you can see there's a little insert of the phone. Right here is a little slot, and pretty much in here is going to be a ton of tools and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and open this. First thing you're going to look at is something that looks very similar to a SIM ejector tool, but it's not. It's for the case opening, so you're definitely going to keep that to the side. And then I'm not sure what this is for. It looks like some extra pieces, but we'll just save that to the side. So let's actually have a look at the case before we put it on the phone. As you can see, it's got a very nice look to it. It's kind of like aluminum and steel, or just aluminum in general. On the side you can see it says Mind Plar model number, and then it gives the actual model number. So I guess it's manufactured differently or something, because it doesn't say Pocomaru. I guess it's just got a different code name or something. On the side here you can see very thin volume rockers, and you could also see a mute switch. Now they do look kind of flimsy and out of place for now, but that's because this case is a very interesting way of actually putting the phone in and functioning the buttons. On the top here, there's a little piece for the power button. On the side, nothing for the SIM tray. And then right here on the side, you can see it says IT case, if we could get a focus in there. So it's pretty nice. And like I said, this is the real deal. This is high-grade aluminum. It's not fake. And it really does feel like real aluminum too, so there's no joke to it. Now, in order to open the case, you're going to want to grab this SIM-looking eject type of tool. And you're just going to want to look on the bottom of the case, right where the home button would be. Just look on the bottom, and you're just going to push in one of the little links here, as you can see with the tool, and then you're also going to do it on the other side until you get it to come out, and it should. So you're pretty much set now. So this is the bottom where the lightning port is and stuff like that. And very carefully, and I messed up here before, you're going to slide out this iPhone insert. Now I want you to be very careful, because if you don't be careful, then you're going to lose all the little insert pieces of the buttons. And yes, that's right. All of these buttons, like the volume buttons, the mute switch, are all removable. By that I pretty much mean that they are not held in place by anything. The only thing that holds them in place is the phone. As you can see, the little volume rocker fell out. So I mean, this isn't a problem, it's just how the case was designed. You know, they don't, because it's aluminum, it's all cut out, and then they put the external buttons in after, and the only thing that holds them in is the actual phone itself, which isn't really a problem. It's just kind of an annoyance when you're about to put on the phone. So some you have to hold in place to get them in right. But once everyone is in, you're pretty much ready to put in your phone. Being very careful, we're going to line up everything, and we're just going to kind of position the phone on the bumper and slide it in, and we're pretty much set. At this point, we're ready to just click in the bottom. Pretty simple. Now, taking a look at this pretty further, it does look very nice on the phone. And design of this bumper, what's cool about it is it's perfectly the same length as the actual iPhone itself. Now, maybe dropping it isn't going to help too much. You know, if you're accidentally dropping it like this or like this, there is potential for cracking. However, it does stick up a little bit, but it also keeps the thinness, which is a good thing. So cracks may not happen actually as easily. And one thing to definitely guarantee with this case here is when you drop it in corners, there's not a shot that you're going to get damaged. At least I wouldn't think. But I definitely recommend like screen protectors for the front and back for a type of product like this. You know, unless you're a bumper lover and you just love bumpers and you really want protection from them, you can't take those rubber ones, then this is definitely a bumper to look at. Now let's take a look at some of the buttons now that the bumper is actually on the phone. As you can see, our volume buttons work perfectly. You can hear them click, there's nothing wrong with them. The mute switch isn't inverted like some other cases that would have insertable mute toggle switches, which is a good thing. And then the power button. And all of these are removable when you take off the case. They're not held in by anything. Like I said, they're held in by the phone. On the back, everything is open, full access, camera, microphone, LED flash. The whole back is exposed. And on the bottom, of course, we have a cutout just perfectly enough for the 3.5mm headphone jack. All you're going to fit in here is Apple headphones, really, unless you get an extender. And everything's open for the microphone, the lightning connector, and the speaker as well. Now, one thing I did notice about this bumper that I really didn't like is if you kind of shake it and move it around, you can hear like a little rattling, and that's actually the buttons because they are not very tight in place. They actually do happen to be a little bit kind of movey around, so you can move it. They move around a lot, so you could feel the power button move around. You could feel volume buttons move around, and the mute switch not as much. But if you really give it a shake or something, or you're moving around a lot, you will hear it kind of shake a little bit. Now, one thing I'd like in the next generation, or if they ever improve this bumper, is for those buttons to maybe be held in so that you don't lose them as easily when you're taking apart the case, or at least just make them stronger and fit more. So you don't get the shakiness. And one thing I forgot to mention, on the back of the phone, there's actually 4 corners that stick out on all the edges. So if you drop the phone like that, what's going to happen is it'll use the bumpers on the 4 corners to actually try and protect it. I would kind of like that on the front too, but keep in mind you want to keep the same amount of thinness on the front too. And quite honestly, bumpers are mainly for side protection, and that's what users love them for. So guys, that's about it for my review of the Pocomaru iPhone 5 Defender bumper case. Very cool bumper if you are a bumper fan. I'm not a huge bumper fan, however, this one definitely outstands all the ones I've ever used. I've had a lot of the rubber ones break on me, which has kind of been a shame, and this is really the next level bumper. You know, it's aluminum and it's strong and it's built well, and quite honestly, it looks very stylish on the phone. Again, this is about $69.99 here in the US. Definitely go check it out. It comes in a couple colors. This is the silver, the main stock one, but they also have a couple other cool ones. I was going to get the black one. If you guys like this video, please leave some comments below in your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button below. Alright guys, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.